Hello, everyone. Um, I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday, and and I hope I hope everyone has a safe day today. Um, Today, this video is about Makenzie Lueck. Um, this is a this is a real tragic story. And again, if a woman is asking for help, I really do think that it should not be ignored. And in this story that is a that is about to be told, it's going to oh man, I do not know what to say at this moment. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and now this is a three. I'm gonna show y'all three videos of this, and again, it's going to show show you what uh, you know what happened. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. I'm gonna go ahead and let the videos go ahead and play. Like I said, it's a 3-part video. So yeah, here we go. Man, I hate when ads come on YouTube. Yeah, here we go.
Good morning once again, guys. Police Chief Mike Brown conducting a fairly brief press conference this morning, trying to give all of us an idea of what all happened yesterday. This after his detectives spent more than 12 hours at a Salt Lake City home retrieving a small mountain of evidence that he reaffirmed today is in connection with the missing persons case, the one we've all been following this past week of Makenzie Lueck. And again, they retrieved so much evidence, and they still have a long ways to go in terms of processing it. Here's the thing, though. There's a couple key pieces of potential evidence they don't have. A couple of mattresses. This is a situation where after they were taken, at least led to this home yesterday and started talking with the homeowner, they learned that these mattresses are pieces of evidence, potentially, that he put on a social media site last week and basically gave away for free. They now want to figure out who the folks are that have those now. But right off the bat today, the chief wanted to stress that this remains a missing persons investigation and that no one has been arrested yet. Not the homeowner, not anyone. However, the chief did stress that the homeowner has been interviewed by detectives briefly after they searched his home, and that he is a person of interest in Makenzie's disappearance. Beyond that, he wouldn't say much, including whether or not his detectives have found forensic evidence that potentially establishes a prior relationship between the homeowner and Makenzie. Chief Brown, though, says he hopes to learn more once they can analyze everything that was taken from the home, which included a vehicle and multiple bags full of potential evidence.
Our detectives collected multiple items of evidence throughout the night that are in the process of being tested and analyzed. This will take some time. Last night, several people made us aware of a mattress and box spring that were given away from the residence at 547 North, 1000 West in Fair Park. We ask those who took those mattresses or box springs to please contact the Salt Lake City Police Department at 801-799-3000.
So at this point, they're really hoping to track those folks down, the individual or individuals who came by and picked up those free mattresses that were put up by the homeowner last week on a social media site. And they want to get those, analyze them, and see if they could contain some potential evidence. They believe this could wind up being a critical part of this case. Meanwhile, we also know that over the evening hours last night, Salt Lake City Police did a lot of digging in that backyard. There were canines that were brought in. We're not sure if those were cadaver dogs or not, or whether they hit on anything. Chief wouldn't say, but we do know there was a lot of digging. And then this morning, we actually witnessed a vehicle that belongs to the state medical examiner that was at the home and then left about 5 a.m. Typically, those are not called to a scene unless there is evidence of a body there or some sort of human remains, but they were there. The chief would not confirm whether or not anything of that nature was found at the home. So still a long ways to go in terms of the investigation, but Chief Brown trying to clear up a few things today. No one's been arrested, but the homeowner of the place that they searched for hours yesterday is a person of interest and someone who right now is a free man. Dan and Carrie?
So, Scott, there were a lot of things that the chief would not or could not say. Did he tell us when he might be able to give us another update on this? Is there still processing so much information?
Yeah, they're being very cautious. Clearly, they've got a lot. They went in there and really attacked that home in terms of an investigative process. I mean, they brought in everyone you could think of in terms of forensic experts and then the homicide detectives and the canines. And so once some of that comes back, and DNA used to be a tricky thing. It sometimes could take a long time, especially with some of the backups at the state crime lab. But there are new advances, things that can really help turn around some of these. When they do get DNA or potential DNA evidence, they can get answers a lot more quickly now than even within the past year or so. So they're hopeful that some of those pieces of evidence will bear fruit for them in terms of the investigative sense here sooner rather than later. But he says as soon as they get information, they'll relay it to us.
And Scott, that Kenzie's family, that emotional phone call that the chief talked about with her father, are they still out of town? Do they still have plans to come to town?
That's our understanding, and that is the thing. I think the chief wanted to stress, and everybody now, especially with social media, everybody's an armchair detective. Everyone wants to comment. People, have their own thoughts and opinions. But at the bottom line, the center of all this is the search for Kenzie, and then what this is doing to her family. And those are the things that obviously the police deal with as well. They're not only going out and dealing with cops and robbers things, the human side of it. And he said this has been very difficult. And at some point, it is believed that her family will be here.
All right, Scott McCain reporting live for us this morning. Thanks.
Yeah, that is the first video. And again, and again, this is this is a legitimately sad story, and the next one is where they oh man. The next one is after they found the body. This is just, I do not know what to say about this, because as of right now, this is just, this is just, I'm gonna go ahead and let
Officials are still investigating what led to the death of a Utah college student, but the man accused of killing her is now behind bars. Makenzie Lueck was last seen on June 17th around 3 a.m. On Friday, officials arrested a 31-year-old man in the case, and they say remains matching Lueck's DNA were found in his backyard. CBS News national correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti has been following this story from Salt Lake City, and he joins me now from just outside of the suspect's home. Jonathan.
Yeah, good morning to you, Anne-Marie. The suspect here, Ayoola Ajayi, will be arraigned at some point later this week. As you mentioned, we're outside his home where the remains of Makenzie Lueck were discovered last week and where there is this small memorial. Prosecutors are now combing through all of that evidence that was gathered by police here, but ultimately it's up to the DA to pursue the death penalty. All of this as we're learning more about the suspect's troubling past.
Investigators spent the weekend gathering more evidence at the home of Ayoola Ajayi, who's expected to be charged with Makenzie Lueck's murder.
There's extensive investigation follow-up that needs to be done, and we will proceed. I mean, it's not over right now.
Days earlier, they found Lueck's charred remains and belongings in Ajahi's backyard. Police say there is currently no other person of interest in the case. Still,
We want to know if he acted alone or if there were people that helped him along the way.
police are also sharing details about Ajahi's past, including a rape accusation in northern Utah 5 years ago. The victim declined to pursue charges. A construction contractor has also come forward, saying he turned down a job from Ajahi back in April after Ajahi asked him for a soundproof room with hooks in the concrete walls and a fingerprint lock.
He was adamant about getting it done really fast, and money was no object.
Lueck was last seen on surveillance video at the Salt Lake City airport 2 weeks ago. Investigators say they used phone location data to place both Ajahi and Lueck in the park, where she was dropped off by a rideshare. Lueck was a senior at the University of Utah, majoring in kinesiology. In an online post, her sorority sisters said they're reflecting on the lasting impact she made on the lives of her family members, friends, and sisters. A memorial has gone up on campus.
This is just crazy. This is just crazy. And she didn't deserve it. Nobody deserves that, you know?
So we know that police had been looking into, what dating app she was using. Clearly it was, as you mentioned, the cell phone location that put them in the same spot at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Yeah. But Jonathan, do we know whether or not the two knew each other?
Yeah, and Marie, it's a good question, and it's one of the key questions in this investigation. As you mentioned, they did have some communication before meeting up. We know that they shared a number of text messages and also photos. Investigators spoke with Ajahi and found those photos on his cell phone. She was dropped off at the airport and arranged that meetup at that park where she then went missing. There are reports that they did meet online through an online dating app, and there are some unconfirmed photos out there, but at this point it remains speculation. We have asked that question to police multiple times over the past week or so, and at this point they will not confirm or deny the authenticity of those reports and all the photos that we've been seeing.
As I understand it, there's a vigil that's going to be scheduled for tonight. Do you know any more information about that? You can tell us.
That's correct. Yeah, that's happening at the University of Utah. That is where Makenzie was studying kinesiology and where she was part of a sorority. You heard it in the piece. She was part of this larger family of sorority girls, many of them stepping up immediately after she went missing to really bring this story into the spotlight and to get all the media attention that it ended up getting. You heard some of them describe just what kind of woman she was. She was not only a friend and somebody that treated everybody like family, but also a mentor to many of the students on campus. A lot of questions. You can imagine that it's going to be pretty emotional at the university later today as all of these lingering questions remain.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. This was already sort of a tragic story, and now it seems to be turning quite sort of dark and disturbing. Jonathan, thank you so much.
And again, and again, what this black dude did to Makenzie, it shows proof that most black men have red flags out here. Most of them do. Not, and I find it funny that again, every time a woman, again, it goes back to what I was saying about the Laura Atkinson case. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. I apologize, everyone. That was my little brother making noise in the living room. But yeah, this story, just like the one I did yesterday, actually shows that, again, you know, it's important to watch out for red flags. You know, and with that being said, the spotting red flags is really important. And I'm not going to victim blame, because I realize that, you know, that with a man who pretends to be a nice guy, you know, you're able to be fooled easily. I understand that completely. You know, and yeah, but I'm gonna play a third one, and then I'm gonna play the vigil who that they had for Makenzie, and then I'm gonna end the video. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play another one. And I'm just gonna say this. This is this is legitimately a messed up and a and a, a sad crime and a sad story. Makenzie should be alive today, but because of I would say because of a man who felt entitled to her. He wind up killing her, just and it's sad, and this is one of the stories that I'm behind on. But yeah, at the end of the day, uh, uh, I I do believe that most most black men, they don't have good character. Most of them don't. And whether anybody wants to deny it, the fact of it is true. Most black men do not have good character. And with that, I'm gonna end it with the Makenzie Lueck vigil. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming to the video today. If you want to, you can like, comment, and share this video. And again, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can if you want. And to those who are subscribed to the channel, make sure you're notified whenever I go live, and whenever I go live or do videos such as this. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and play the visual
Tonight,
that they held for Makenzie Lueck, and again, my message is, do not, ignore the red flags. I know that that the men in the red pill will want you to just forget about the red flags and everything, and here's the thing. It's important that you don't ignore the red flags, because once you see one red flag, you have to leave that relationship the moment you sense any red flag. And like I said, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video of Makenzie Lueck's vigil, and I know it only lasts 36, and yes, it lasts 36 seconds. So yeah, I apologize that I couldn't find a longer version of it, but again, this 30-second video shows that there are people who loved Makenzie Lueck. And again, I want to say this: women of all races, do not ignore the red flags. When you see a red flag, well, I would say when you first see a red flag in a relationship, do not ignore it. You know, because that first red flag may save your life. And another thing, stop listening to the men in the red pill. They mean you no good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
Breaking news now at 5 this evening. Friends and mourners gathered for a vigil in Salt Lake City last night to honor and remember 23-year-old college student Makenzie Lueck. Lueck was missing for almost 2 weeks before police made an arrest. Ayula Ajayi was arrested Friday on suspicion of aggravated murder, kidnapping, and other crimes. Authorities say they found Lueck's remains and personal belongings burned and buried in his backyard. Police have not talked about a motive yet for the crime. It's not clear how Ajayi and Lueck even knew each other.
But yeah, that was the 35-second video. But yeah, I'm again, this is legitimately sad and messed up at the same time. But yeah, again, may Makenzie Lueck rest in peace. And with that, I'm gonna end the video right here. Until next time,